Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Carney Porter.
And I'm Daryl Franklin. Lakes Arrowhead and Kickapoo neighbors continue to raise their voices over their lots after a big decision from Wichita Falls City councilors. Dylan
Jimenez heard those voices at yesterday's city council meeting. So Dylan, many are still upset after council's decision not to sell those lots.
That's right, y'all. The city has said they view the lots as a valuable asset. But neighbors living at the lakes believe they invest so much into their community but see nothing in return.
We are not going to sell any lake lots at any price, at any time in the foreseeable future.
A sigh of relief for some Lake Arrowhead and Kickapoo neighbors, but
I think it's very sad to up our leases and give us nothing in return.
At what point does it become much more priority for the city of Wichita Falls, not just a priority for lake residents?
Frustrations remain high. A third-party appraiser returned samples of the lots at fair market value, but some say they aren't fair and unaffordable.
At $145,000, and I fell over. It's a great lot, but dang, so not having to come up with that money is a relief.
I do not think the values are appropriate. You're creating a situation where the community has a destruction of community value.
City Attorney Kinley Heglund explains selling one or two lots doesn't make fiscal sense.
To try to sell one or two or three lots in the middle of an unplatted, unsurveyed, large parcel of land is problematic without getting the whole parcel of land surveyed. And that would be on the neighborhood of $400,000 to $500,000 to do that.
Neighbors call for a bigger voice at the table, also accusing the city of not keeping up with road conditions.
Y'all can elect a member that says, hey, this is the representative that's going out and having the town halls at Lake Arrowhead or Lake Kickapoo.
Or is in good shape or sometimes better than what we have in the city limits. Now, I'm saying that as a general rule, not every road.
Mayor Tim Short reminds citizens he's a phone call away, making a call to action to form a committee.
If there are groups that want to meet, you let me know.
Okay.
We'll be there.
The council making its final decision on the lake lots. It could be another 5 years before the issue is revisited to determine the lease rate. Now, y'all, while some neighbors expressed the value of the lots too high, some did express that if it was able to, they wanted to purchase their lots and hope to be able to in this foreseeable future too.
Okay, well, we see those frustrations. We've seen them growing over the last few months. So how did we exactly get to this point?
Yeah, Carney, so the lease rates have locked in for 5 years. Last March, the council visited the item because the leases were at an end and multiple neighbors showed up in protest. At the time, city staff recommended a 30% annual increase for Arrowhead neighbors and 10% at Kickapoo. The council decided to not raise the rent for at least a year, including the possibility at the time to sell the lots at fair market value. Well, in February of this year, the council moved to adopt the staff recommendation for increase while they still waited for a third-party appraiser.
Did councilors talk about what led to the discussions and the decisions?
Yeah, so all this discussion was really about an hour long, but before they got it, it was the first item on the irregular agenda. They actually broke into executive session. Therefore, those discussions that happened behind those closed doors could not have been said outside in regular session.
All right, it was a lot that, they'd cover. Hate that everyone's so frustrated, but hopefully everyone can, settle all of their differences.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes in the next 5 years, too. Like I said, it's 5 years, so that probably wouldn't come up again. So.
Okay. Dylan, thank you so much for that extended report.